Cajun Sunshine Crafts, and I'm going to be working on a project for my best friend. It's her birthday next Friday the 23rd, so I will be doing a multimedia piece around a coffee theme to hang in her kitchen. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna be giving this to her for her birthday. So I need to start on it so I can prepare and have it done to give to her for her birthday. What I've done so far to save some time is I've taken all my die cut pieces. I have die cuts for all of these dies, and I've just made several die cuts of the same cut, and I glued them on top of one another just to make the paper make it like a chipboard. So it's practically, it's like a chipboard consistency, so it'll give it a 3D effect on the canvas once the canvas is prepared, and we can put it I can put them down on the canvas. Just to give you an idea, this is several layers of this die right here. And what I did is I just took my art glitter glue and I put a little bit glue on the pieces. And remember, art glitter glue dries clear, so you don't have to worry about if it shows through the cracks or not. And then I took them and I just layered them on top of each other, lined them up, and pressed them down. And all that does is it makes your cardstock dimensional. It gives it that 3D dimensional feeling without having to buy the cardstock. It does take a little bit more time to do, but it's a process that I like to do. It's very soothing. It's calming. It's so I don't mind doing that at all. What I will do next, what I'm gonna do next, I need to prime the canvas with gesso, and the reason you want to do that is to make the canvas adhere to the multimedia, whatever you use on your canvas, adhere to the canvas on here. I will be using this frame, but what I'm gonna do before I use this frame, I'm gonna take some sandpaper and distress it, and I will be using that. I will be using these pieces of napkins, and the frame is going to frame this piece of napkin right here. But first of all, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. First of all, I want to take this canvas and I'm going to apply a coat of gesso on the canvas. Okay, we're going to take some gesso and just apply. You just need a thin coat, just enough to cover your whole canvas. Because like I said, all this is doing is putting a prime on your canvas, so you can use different multimedias on it without them soaking through your canvas. It's more of like a protective layer that you're putting on your canvas. Once I'm done, because we are doing this together. I've never done one like this before with the coffee theme. I did a Valentine's Day one, but this will be my first one, well, my second one working on a canvas. So we are going to let this dry, and once this is dry, I'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to lay down our napkins. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Okay, so now our canvas is dry, and I went ahead and I tore some scrapbook paper to use in the background, on my canvas. And I'm just using art glitter glue to glue these down. Just making sure I get close enough to the edge where the paper won't roll up. And I'm going to stick those down to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more dimension. I still don't know. I see in my head what I want it to look like when I'm finished, but I'm having to think about the steps and how to go about doing it to make it turn out the way that I would want it to turn out. So, get this down. Okay. Alright. Now what I want to do is I'm going to use some modeling paste and a stencil on top of this right here, and then I'm going to use some stain to stain that. I was undecided on what stencil to use. I was going to use this coffee cup, but I have all these other coffee cups to put on there, so I thought maybe that'd be too much coffee, too many coffee cups, so I decided against that one. So what I think I'm gonna do, this pretty stencil right here is it looks like it is gonna blend in with the lace on the scrapbook paper. So I'm gonna use this stencil here. It's gonna take some modeling paste and my stencil, and I'm gonna just add some modeling paste. And the more 3D you want it, the more modeling paste you need to add. The thicker it is, the higher it's gonna stick up, and the more three-dimensional your stencil is gonna be. So got that right there, which let me try to get some of this off there. Got a little bit crazy with the modeling paste here. Okay, and we're gonna put some more right here, and I want to try to make it to where they're not all face the same way, just to have the dimensions and go in a different different direction. That right there. Alright, and I'm gonna put some more right here. And I hope I'm doing this in the right steps. I think I am, though, because when I put my stain down, it should. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. It's the only way I learn, is if I do it by trial and error. So, filigrees for me just makes it look so dainty and pretty. Go ahead and dry this, and I will be right back. Alright, I decided while waiting for this to dry, I'm going to take my chipboard pieces that I die cutted and glue together. I'm going to take those and cover those in gesso while waiting, so they can be good and primed for the stain. And I'm still not sure what color they're going to be or how they're even going to be arranged, but they do have to be covered, so I could do this while waiting on the other stuff to dry. And while painting these, I could kind of think of how I want to rearrange them on there, but I won't be able to do it until I can actually put them on there and see how it's going to look. when you do a project, especially when it's for someone else, you always want it. I mean, you always want it to look good, if it's for yourself or for someone else. But when you're doing it for someone else that means so much to you, you want it to be, you want them to just be awed when they see it. And my best friend and I, her name's Tammy. We've been best friends since the 5th grade. And we have stayed best friends since the 5th grade. She moved with her boyfriend at the time to Boston, and they lived in Boston for a few years. They got married while they were up there. We stayed in touch the whole time they were there, which was a few years. And then they moved back to Louisiana and ended up moving down the same street as what I was living on. So we were back together again, and since then we have been inseparable. And it's very difficult these days to be able to say that you have that one best friend that you can always count on, no matter what. When my husband passed away, she left her family and stayed with me for 2 months after he passed away. And had it not been for her, I don't know what I would have done. I would have had to have made it through, but it would have been much more difficult than what it was. But that's what best friends were for. That's why I hope she likes this. I guess I can go ahead and finish painting these and get back with you guys when I'm done and I'm ready to start putting things together. See ya in 2 seconds. Alright, I have all of my chip pieces painted, and everything's all dry. So now I'm going to adhere my napkins on here, and then we're going to start to decorate. So I'm going to be using this Super Matte Mod Podge to adhere my napkins on there. Excuse me. And we're going to put these up here. Put a little bit more Mod Podge down here. Okay, like so. And a little bit more. And like so. Hoping those little coffee cups on there show up a little better as it dries, and I think it will. And it will have a little dimension also because of the modeling paste that we put with the stencil. So I think that'll look pretty good once it's dry. And now it's time for the last napkin, and I'm going to put this just at a slight angle. At a slight angle, like this. And if you're wondering, I don't think I failed to mention this. The napkin that I'm using was purchased at Tuesday Morning. For those of you who has the privilege of having a Tuesday Morning near them, I would suggest that you, if you have not gone yet, to go and check out their craft supplies, because they do have a wide variety of craft supplies at a very good price. Name brand craft supplies that are, I guess, discontinued, so they're marked down. And I got these napkins there, and they have so many different napkins to choose from. It was hard to choose. Just I got a few packs, and they were very cheap. I think the most I paid for a pack was $1.99. So, and they do have several in one pack. So yeah, if you do have a Tuesday mornings, I would suggest very highly that you go check them out, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, I don't know if I would need to or not, but I think I'm going to just well, I guess I'll just put the gesso everywhere else on here. I'm not sure if I have to or not, but I guess I can. It won't hurt anything. And then come back and start placing our chipboard pieces, which I can't wait to get started on that. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, now this is the part that I'm not too sure about. I went ahead while this was drying, and I took my frame and I beat it up a little bit with one of my tools, make some little dents in it, and I put some turquoise enamel dots around the frame, and I just used a paintbrush and kind of smeared that in there. And then I took some mica powder, some copper mica powder, and just rubbed it in on the frame to give it a little aged appearance. So I'm gonna just set this on here for now, so I can determine where the rest of the pieces are gonna go. Make sure I have it straight. Okay, this is just a matter of getting them on there without burning myself. Okay, I put that right there. I know I'm gonna put this right here, and this right here, and these two hearts right here and right here. This doggone. And the coffee I want to put right there, but it's going to be a different color. I've decided not to use this one yet anyway. I'm going to take these flowers and attach them also to my canvas to give it a little bit more dimension. And I think I gave up on the glue gun because it's not acting right, and I'm already nervous. So put those right there, and I'm gonna put these up here. I just hope this holds it, and it should. Right there. I should have pulled out my low temp glue gun, but I don't know, next time. Alright, put that right there. And that kind of balances the whole thing out. If I'd have had more time to maneuver these where the glue wasn't taking control, then maybe I could have positioned it better, but I think that looks pretty good. I think that's going to look pretty good. Now, the only thing I want to do before this glue dries is to get this frame glued down, and for that I do want to use this glue, so let me, look like the glue is coming through the plastic protector thing. Alright, let's see if I can get that on right without getting my head in the shot. Right there, right there. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to glue this one down. I knew this one wasn't glued down, but I forgot to glue this one. Just one more time, guys. I'm gonna try this glue gun. Yeah, it looks like the glue is going in coming from out this plastic part right here, which is a malfunction on the glue gun, which is not that old to start off with. Now. Okay. Now, hopefully that'll stay in place. Okay. Now, this I want to be a different color than the piece is going to be sitting on. So I'm going to paint it. I'm going to spray it with some stain. Let's move this a little over to the side. And I'm going to spray it with some stain. And I'm also going to spray these with some stain before I glue them down also. But this piece right here, I want to be lighter than this. I want this to be the darker stain. And I have walnut, vintage photo, and antique linen. And of the three, I think the walnut would be the darkest. I also have my own ink that I spray that I made with just some water and some Winsor & Newton ink. But I think this might be darker, so let's try with that one first. And let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, my frame was looking pretty good. Good tone. Okay. I cleaned up a little bit and I dried everything, and as you can see, none of the color stuck to any of the die pieces. It doesn't look as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be a total disaster, but it doesn't look, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought, and I think I may be able to save it. But I did have a mess. Oh my Lord. All right. Let's see what's gonna happen next. Okay. I want to, this piece right here is dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. And I want to paint it a light tan because I want to paint this a darker brown, and I want this to be lighter. See how it's gonna work. See if we gonna get it. Ooh and ah. Let's see. You watch these videos on YouTube, people doing this kind of work, and they make it look so easy. Like it's just effortless. And I guess if you know what you're doing, it is, but I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. And I hope you are too. Alrighty. Now, this right here, I think I'm going to do that color. It's a coffee grinder. You might hear that little girl bark again. There we go. Well, that's a pretty color, and it's going on fairly well. Alright. Okay. Now, I want to use a silver for the little pitcher and the spoon. Let's see. Let's see which one would be better. This one. This one. See? This one's acting weird too. I'm just really confused. I like the way that looks though. I just hope it doesn't keep fading. Wow. I'm feeling a little bit better about this project, you guys. Because a few minutes ago wasn't too sure how this is gonna work. Alright, now let's see what is next. The bird. We have the little bird. I want to put another white. Well, maybe not. I ought to maybe leave that like it is. And I have to do this right here. Let's see. Let me try to do that with this color right here. Let's see how that looks. These watercolors they're so pigmented and they're creamy. Okay. This green. And if this video is too long for you guys, you can always fast forward through it. I understand. I know a lot of people don't like to see the whole process of how things come together, and I can appreciate that if you don't. But some people do. I know I do. It's a personal preference. And I think for the birdie, I'm going to do him in this blue pearl color right here. Right here. Such a pretty color. Okay, birdie birdie. Alright. Okay, you guys. Woo. What am I forgetting? Let me just take this napkin and pat that down a little bit and swish this around and see if we can get and this is gonna be it for me. I'm gonna finish that flower here the same way I did this one. Paint this coffee, add it to here, dry up everything, and then I'll take pictures and show you at the end of the video. If you did stick around for the entire video, thank you very much. I'm sorry it took me this long. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I've learned a few things today. Some things not to do and some things to do maybe. But until next time, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, please do so before leaving, and press that notification bell for whenever I upload new videos. And I appreciate your time. Thank you and have a good night.